This is the sparkliest thing I own. I hope it looks super sparkly because everybody was wearing like so sparkly last night. And I didn't even think about this dress because it's more of a summer dress, but I'm wearing it now for you. So I saw Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour. Let's talk about it. Hi, my name is Diamond, aka Lady Leo, and I am a lover of all things music, nail polish, makeup, movies, all sorts of things. My hope is that you come to my channel, find something that you like, and hit the subscribe button because I would love to have you. Taylor Swift released her highly successful Eras Tour, which is still going on. I think she has another leg starting in 2024 in Europe, but she's done in the North American circuit. And this concert is filmed primarily from her time in LA. So it comes out on Friday, October the 13th, and I went to go see this last night at 9:30. So I just kind of wanted to talk about it a little bit. Just to clarify, this is not really a review so much as it is like I went to go see something that like I'm really interested in and I really had a good time with, and I kind of just wanted to share it with you. So first off, I can't even remember the last time that I went to see like a legit concert, like in person. I live in the Hampton Roads area in Virginia. So if you're not familiar with that, it's kind of like southeastern Virginia. So Norfolk, Chesapeake, those are some of the cities that are part of Hampton Roads. It's primarily composed of like 7 cities. I live in one of them. Anyway, my point being is that we do actually have a couple of coliseums. We have some amphitheaters in our area, but as time has kind of gone on and like some people have become pretty large, like Taylor Swift, most people who are very large, like artists who are very popular, Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Pink, they don't really come to our area just because our theaters, our amphitheaters, I should say, excuse me, are just a little too small for them. Last time I saw a concert in person, like in the area that I live in, would have been the Destiny Fulfilled tour. So that was a long time ago because that was their farewell tour. That's just the last one I saw in our area. I feel like the last one I've ever seen in general was like Alicia Keys' As I Am tour. So yeah, it's been a long time since I saw a concert. I remember her announcing the Eras Tour, and I thought that sounded like a really fun type of concert to literally go through your whole body of music as a concert. And then when I heard she was going to do it as a movie, which I'm pretty sure she put the tickets on sale for this like a full month in advance, I saw it and I just hadn't decided whether or not I was going to actually pay for it because only AMC and Cinemark are distributing the movie, and I'm an AMC A-list member, so I pay to be able to see a set amount of movies like every week. But this is not part of A-list, so if you're AMC A-list member like me, you know, you're gonna have to pay for the movie. It's not free. I don't mind that because like relatively speaking, in terms of like how much it would cost to like actually go to a concert, it's still much cheaper. And I went to go see this in Dolby, which is my preferred format. And honestly, I feel like if the movie is filmed and audio mixed properly, Dolby is a perfect format to see it if you really want to get that feeling like you're there kind of situation. And that did not disappoint me when I saw this in Dolby. Like, it was perfect. It was just like being there in concert. And I couldn't really tell like where the audience, where their kind of like enthusiasm and their sound ended and our theater did. So it was great. I had a great time with the movie. But even taking into account that like you need to pay for this movie, it's not crazy expensive. I went to go see this on Friday at 9:30, so like peak time, and it was like 27 bucks. So to me, that doesn't seem like a lot. I mean, I suppose that could be subjective to some people. That might be like 27 bucks. But again, I'm comparing it to whether or not if I got a chance to see Taylor in person, $27 would not be on the table. I'm not sure how much the tickets would be, but I guarantee you they would be more than $27. So I don't think it's that expensive. Also, that's to see it in the Dolby format on like a peak night. So if you don't want to see it in Dolby, like it would be cheaper too. Like it could probably be like $10 to $12. Also depends on like where you live too. So price, I don't really think it's that crazy expensive. That's just me. So the Eras Tour is just what it says. It goes through her whole body of music from her original self-titled album in 2006 to her most recent album, which is the Midnights album that she dropped in 2022. And then she's also dropping her version of 1989. I think it comes out next week. So it goes through her entire body of history, and you go through one era at a time, which I think is really fun. And I think they do a really good job with like how she set up the set list. She's also, obviously she's not singing every single song from the album. She's picking out a few. I'd say like 1 to 5 for each era. There's some eras like she's literally doing like 5 songs, and then other eras she's only doing like 1 or 2. But I think she does a really good job of mixing some of the more popular songs or the high energy songs with some of her albums that I think are a little bit more slow tempo, like Folklore and Evermore are a little bit more slow tempo albums. So I think the set list is really, really good to kind of keep you engaged the whole time. So I went through Apple Music and I looked at all the Taylor Swift albums that I have and all of hers in total. I count 13 albums across 17 years, which is what she says too. Like she says this spans her entire career of 17 years. When she said that, I was like, wow, has it been 17 years since Taylor Swift's been in the game? And I'm like, yeah, it has, which that's a pretty impressive career for somebody who's my age. Like Taylor Swift and I are the same age because we're born in 1989, so she's 34. So that's a crazy amount of work to do for someone who's still pretty young, only 34. Don't let anybody fool you and tell you that 34 is old. It's not. And also, like, the concert film is not in order of like how she released her albums. It just kind of goes in order of like how she decided to set it up. I do consider myself to be a Taylor Swift fan, but there are some songs and some eras that I'm less familiar with, specifically like Folklore and Evermore. Those are both the 2 albums she did in during the pandemic, but I also consider them to be kind of like slower albums, just from the handful of songs that I've heard from them. So I don't dislike those, but I hadn't really listened to those very much. And I feel like for me, I don't really know where I rank on the Taylor Swift spectrum, because I'd say like 75% of the songs I'm aware of, but there are definitely songs in here, maybe like a good 5 to 10 that I just don't know the songs at all. But I was still enjoying myself. Like it's still like really well done, like well filmed. It has really great cinematography. So like I wasn't bored during those times where like I don't know the song that's going on. So yeah, I just kind of want to put that in there in case you're somebody like me you listen to Taylor Swift, but you like haven't consumed everything. You won't know every single song. And to be fair, like you can actually look up the set list. If you go to Wikipedia and you look up the tour, you can look up the set list too if you want to like figure out the songs, if you want to listen to them ahead of time, if that's something you want to do. I didn't want to do that. So yeah, but it was still an enjoyable experience for somebody like me who I do listen to a lot of Taylor Swift, but I'm not familiar with every single song that she's produced. If anything, though, this makes me kind of want to go dive into those albums that I'm not super familiar with and just kind of listen to them, because the songs that she played from them, I liked a lot. So, that being said, how is it, like, what's the experience of the movie itself? First of all, the movie looks fantastic. I mean, it is crisp, it is filmed and edited really well, and there's a lot of funky transitions that they do, which have to be something that they're doing especially for the movie audience, because I have no idea how they would do it in real life. So I'm like, this has to be a transition that they're adding like for the movie, but the transitions are so awesome. Like they do it several times with these really intricate kind of like designs. So that's a really amazing element. Something I want to mention, which I'm sure this is totally editing, but it's something that I noticed, is that every single time like Taylor had to, like, she would disappear from one place and she would reappear in another place in a different outfit. I'm talking 30 seconds max. And I kept thinking to myself, and the first I didn't realize like, oh, this is a movie, so they're probably editing out, you know, maybe like the 60 or 90 seconds that it would take for her to like actually transition to that other place and like get changed. Because in movie time, it's, I kid you not, it's less than 30 seconds every single time she, like, the lights go down, she disappears somewhere, she reappears immediately in another place in a brand new outfit. So like the first half of the movie, I kept thinking to myself, Taylor Swift is a superhero. She's a speedster. That's the only way she can be getting over there so fast. And then like as I went through, I was like, oh wait, this is a movie. So oh yeah, they can edit out like the 90 seconds or however long it takes her to like, until she actually reappears for the next song. But maybe she is this fast. I mean, sometimes I can tell that she's clearly wearing like her next outfit underneath it, but sometimes she's not. Like sometimes she's wearing like a dress that's pretty fitted, so she doesn't have anything else under that. And I'm just like, how's she getting over there so fast? But no, I'm sure it's a trick of editing. I'm sure in real life there's a little bit of a lag. Not like a big delay, but I'm just saying it probably takes her more than 30 seconds to get to her next mark and get changed. Just saying. That being said too, like every single outfit that Taylor had on in this concert was fire. They were all very pretty, very cute, incredibly flattering for her figure. Like every single outfit can get it. Like I liked all of them that she came out in, and she's such a really confident performer. This is the first time I've actually seen Taylor Swift in a concert in any form. I've seen her perform a couple songs, but I think seeing somebody perform a song and watching them just like do something in their element fully is completely different. And she's just so natural and effervescent, and she just seems like such a down-to-earth person. And it's just really interesting and fun to just watch her. And I also want to point out she's doing a lot of singing. I know you're thinking, well, it's her concert. Yes, it is her concert, but every artist is different. Like some people, if they like to dance, they may sort of prioritize dancing. And when they're dancing, they don't really do a lot of singing. Now, she's doing a lot of decent dancing. I mean, it's not like a big choreographed routine, but I mean, she's doing a lot of dancing and she's wearing mostly heels throughout this whole thing. But I just wanted to like point out how much I noticed how much singing she's doing, because this is a 3-hour concert, which that's a bit of a long time, but it's really good, but it's still long. So it's a 3-hour concert, and most of the songs that she's picking from the set list, she's singing like the entire song. There's maybe like a handful where she's doing like half a verse, or maybe she's only doing like a few, or like half the song, but like most of the songs that she's singing them in their entirety, and she's singing them mostly. And there's a lot of times where she's just like by herself. Not to say that there's no band or no background singers. I'm just saying like she's on stage by herself, working the crowd, working the stage, singing one song. And sometimes she'll have like a guitar. There's a lot of her playing the guitar and her playing the piano. I knew she played guitar, but I didn't know she played piano, which is kind of really fun to learn. But I just wanted to say how much I noticed that she was singing and how good she sounds on everything. And that's really great when like you can really tell that an artist is singing and that they're choosing to sing full songs, and they're choosing to sing a lot of the time, even when they're dancing. And I just really appreciate that. And I just wanted to like shout that out too. So I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about the theater experience too. So I went to go see this Friday night at 9:30. It is a little bit late, but I'm a little bit of a night owl myself. Plus like a lot of the 6 o'clock shows were kind of gone. Like people were they bought those up real quick. So this was mostly women in the theater. Ooh, sorry. This was mostly women in the theater from what I could see, and women of all ages though. I saw, kids as young as maybe like tweens. Although I think when you go see a movie that's like 9:30, you've got to be at least 18, because I think they have like a age disclaimer. But I think I saw some tweens, some people who were like 13, 14, all the way up to my age and maybe even a little older. So there was a wide range of people in the theater. There was a lot of people that were dressed up, and they had these like wands. So people were like, pushing those back and forth. Not pushing, sorry. People were like doing those back and forth. Nobody in my theater was screaming, but people were singing, and I feel like it's a concert. So I think I saw an article where it says like, please don't sing when you go to the Taylor Swift concert, but it's a concert, right? Like this isn't a concert movie where there's like behind the scenes mixed in. This is legitimately the concert start to finish. And I really don't think it's right to go there and like admonish people for like wanting to sing. Is admonish a word? I don't think it's right to, sorry, maybe I won't use admonish. But no, I don't think it's right to like go there and just tell people that they're not allowed to sing at a legit film concert. So there was nobody in our theater who was screaming. And because I went to go see this in Dolby, I could hear Taylor very clearly, and I could hear everybody singing, and I could hear the crowd of the actual movie and then our crowd. So like, I feel like that's what you want when you go see a film concert. Is that not what you want? Like to feel like you're seeing it in concert, like you would if you would be there. I mean, that's how I felt when I went to go see this. Everybody was having a good time, and not everybody was standing up. Like some people would stand up for a few moments and they'd sit down. And because of the way the theater is, like it wouldn't block my view or anything. So I had fun with it, but I don't really think you should go to the theater. And well, here's what I'll say. If people singing bothers you, or like people standing up bothers you, I'm not sure like you want to go see this in theaters, because this is a concert movie. Like people are going to do all of those things. So I don't really think you should be upset if they do those. So I did mention this, that the concert is 3 hours. It is 3 hours. It's basically 2 hours and 48 minutes, but there are some trailers. So it's essentially 3 hours. That's on the long side, but to be fair, as somebody who hasn't gone to a concert in a long time, I don't know if that's long, or if that's just a little bit longer than it would be in person. She mentioned that the concert would be like 3.5 hours. I think she was kind of half joking, but thinking about it, if you're going to have a 3 hour long concert or 3.5 hour long concert, she might have had like an actual intermission. Like if you see this in person, she could have had like a 15-20 minute intermission. I feel like, so it might have been longer seeing it in person with that intermission, but still 3 hours in the theater is kind of long. So just kind of keep that in mind. There's really no good places to go use the bathroom though. So if you got to use the bathroom, use it ahead of time. Otherwise, because there's no intermission with this movie, there's no lag time. Like we're going for the whole thing. So that being said, so honestly, I had a really great time seeing this movie. The energy with the crowd, it was so much fun. And it's a really good thing to see on screen. Like I can't wait for Beyonce's Renaissance, which I'm also going to go see. I believe that comes out in December. I don't know. I bought the ticket. So whenever it comes out, I'm going to go see it. So yeah, I had a really good time with this. And if you are anyone who's sort of like remotely a Taylor Swift fan like I am, you know, I would definitely recommend going to see it. If you are somebody like me where you're a fan but you don't know everything, then you just kind of have to understand that there's probably going to be some parts of the show where like you don't know every song, and that's fine. You know, she's going through every era. Like I said, if you really wanted to, you could look up the set list if you wanted to find out like what songs are going to be up there in case you want to like listen to those songs that you're not familiar with. But if not, it's still very, very enjoyable because there's several things in here that are very cinematic. She's putting on a really good show, and I would have liked to see this in concert, but it would have been really expensive and I probably would have had to travel because they definitely wouldn't have come to where I live. But anyway, those are my thoughts on the Taylor Swift Eras Tour. So did you guys see it? Are you planning to see it? If so, let me know in the comments below, and go ahead and give this video a like if you like it. You can visit me on all my socials as well. And I have a couple other videos that I'm planning for October, a Halloween themed one, which I'm probably going to release on Halloween too. So be on the lookout for that as well. All right, that's my time. Catch you later. Bye.